Welcome to the show, y'all. I know it's unusual. You're like, oh, is it Monday? No. Is it Tuesday? No, it is Wednesday. And we've had a little bit of a challenge this week, y'all. Ooh, Lord.
It's hot.
Y'all see them beads of sweat on our baby Jay's face? Oh, Lord.
All them are decolonized.
Oh, Lord. Honey, she over there in the heat. The heat. She out there like a runaway slave.
Let me tell you something.
Put out to the field that she used to the house.
Stupid.
All right, PSA. It sounds like Gypsy is already on one.
She been pre-game.
Or two or three.
She been pre-game. Let me tell y'all something. You don't realize how comfortable you get with basic amenities until you ain't got that shit. My system went down, and so I'm waiting on them to get the replacement so they can install. Baby, let me tell y'all, I had to go back. I ain't gonna even say old school because it ain't really that old school, but I had to go get some window units and put them in, and it's not enough. Listen, I need the central air. I need all the pipes and all the things working together. Cause your girl about to melt.
Wait a minute. And the fact that both artists went out at the same time. At the same damn time. What? Listen, my dude had to come. Listen, check this out, y'all. Mm-hmm. So we both have home warranty programs. So, you know, they do come bring people out and stuff, especially if you say that it's I got somebody with a medical issue. You got to fix this. So anyway. So they came out, and then he said, "Ooh, your motor gone." What? Oh, but I could start it by hand, but don't touch this thermostat because if it go off, it'll never come back on. I was like, "What?" So there's been a night that I've been frozen up in my room with 3 blankets on the bed, but I'd rather be cold. I'd rather be cold and put blankets on the bed than to be burning up because there was nights before he came that I was burning up and couldn't sleep.
Yes. Listen. Right. Your girl is over here about to melt. Okay? Right. I'm like, what in the entire fuck? You don't think about the basic amenities that you take for granted. I take my HVAC for granted. I ain't even finna lie. I'm used to just pressing that little thermostat button and making it do what it do. Okay? I'm not with this. I'm not built for this life. I am not built for this life.
No. But wait a minute now. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. See, I'm glad you said that.
What?
I'm glad you said that because I wanted to talk about that.
What?
You said you're not built for this life. But listen, let me just tell you something. Watching the Diddy trial, I have figured out that the soft life costs. And it costs in ways that you ain't really sure if you want to pay.
Yeah, I watch all 10 of these niggas run a train on you right now and get down there. Yeah, let's go.
Nope.
The soft life costs. Don't never be jealous of nobody running.
With the wrong person.
Listen.
With the right person, he keep you draped up and dripped out.
The right person can and will. With the wrong person, they had your ass pimped out like a $2 hoe. Okay, let's not twist that. It ain't everybody out here. And let me back up because I don't want to talk too harshly. I haven't watched it. I don't know all the ins and outs. Don't really care. Not my thing. If it's done against somebody's will, I'm all for beat their ass and put them up under the motherfucking jail. But if it's done with compliance, like you agreeing to it because you want what they're giving you,
and consent.
I don't have anything to say.
I mean, my thing is that compliance is subjective, because
True.
if your compliance is only because you like that soft life,
I don't care.
and you know that your soft life finna get canceled if you don't participate. There's that. Oh, that's cute. Hey, boo. But the soft life does cost.
Okay, so I gotta give a shout out. Hold up, let's pause. Commercial break, y'all. First and foremost, I gotta say hey to one of my besties, my Q boo, my Q babe. So her and Michael got a biz, okay? If you are anywhere in the DMV area and you need audio visual support, please check them out because they is lit with it. They is dope as hell. They doing all the major events, conferences, and all the things. And they can't tell you all the details because NDAs, right?
Right.
But they about that life. So if you're in that area, and they do travel. So even if you're not in the local area, they travel. Yes, Q. Hey, Shan. Yes, Q. We are talking about the soft life. You know, Gypsy finna be on her bullshit because she
the soft life that costs Q. The soft life that Puff was selling, to the girls that didn't know about. But wait a minute. Then the thing is okay. So wait, let me.
No. We can't.
Sean, hold on.
No. We can't just gloss over.
Hold on.
No. See this. Hold on. Wait.
I gotta put it in perspective. Hold on, Sean.
Nah. Hold on. Wait.
That's why he sold that shit to young girls. They don't know about.
Nah. We can't gloss it over. The fact that they were willing and able and did the shit.
They were young. He know that he couldn't do that with nobody in his own age group. That's why it was like 15 years younger than them.
You think
they were young.
Okay. Young don't mean stupid by default though. Like what?
Well, I don't know that I was stupid because I'm gonna tell you something. I dated somebody that was significantly older than me when I was in my late teens, early 20s, and I was impressionable. I was impressionable and young and easily manipulated, just like Q said, and that's the difference.
No,
it's older women out there that are easily manipulated too.
And then I'm gonna chime in.
Do that though. He didn't do that to older women.
That wasn't his preference.
His target was young chicks.
That was his preference. Just because you loud don't mean you're right.
Shut up, Sean.
So that wasn't his preference.
Shut up, Sean.
That wasn't his preference. His preference was young girls. Trust me. There's YNs out there right now taking advantage of grown ass 40, 50-year-old women.
Yeah.
Taking full advantage of them.
That's because they want that thing ding.
So let me chime in. Gypsy, I feel you. A lot of us were young, dumb, and crazy as hell out there doing shit we didn't have anybody's business doing it with older men. I get that. And we all did it for various reasons. I get that. Whether it was protection, whether it was safety, whether it was stability, whether it was financial, whatever it was, right? We all, whether it was just availability, who the fuck knows? We all have our reasons. That being said, young doesn't mean stupid by default. And I understand what y'all are saying, that younger can be easily manipulated. But it's like Sean said, it's number two, because that was number one. Number two, plenty of older women and men being manipulated and dominated and controlled for whatever the reason. Number three, wait, because you had your turn. Number three. Okay, number three.
Okay.
That being said, just because they're young don't mean they're young, dumb, stupid, and full of cum like all the old people used to tell us. So just because you're young don't mean that the average young girl or man or boy or whoever is going to let some older person pimp their ass out and have them fucking whoever, whatever, just for some soft life bullshit. Because
it wasn't just soft life.
At the end of the day, and it wasn't soft life. It really wasn't. They was working for that shit.
It wasn't just soft life though. She wanted a contract. She wanted to be famous. She wanted to do all of that.
I don't know. I haven't watched it. I can't comment on all of that. I'm commenting on the general statement that you made, that it was because she was young. Listen, I ain't never in all my young, dumb, stupid ways had no man pimping me out sleeping with no other man. Ever. Like, ever. And I know plenty of young women that didn't go that route. And I'm not saying that some young women don't get roped into that through malicious intention. They do. I'm not saying that some don't get roped up into it through manipulation and coercion. They do. I'm not taking away from that. But I'm talking about an able-bodied, mentally stable young woman has the ability to say, no, I'm not going to suck his dick just because you're paying for my plane ticket to Paris. No, I'm not going to fuck the three of them just because you taking me to Milan. I'm just going off of the little mean thing that you posted in WhatsApp.
Right, but what I'm saying, listen, what I'm saying is, and the thing is,
I'm just saying, if I'm paying for the plane ticket to Paris, I better get some head, goddammit. So now, I ain't gonna have you fucking 3 niggas, but I better get some head, goddammit.
But listen, I'm just telling you that Hollywood ain't for everybody. There's a certain type of person that can have you ever noticed, let me just back up. Have you ever noticed that a lot of stars have a drug or alcohol problem?
Yeah, because they had to get on that casting couch.
Oh shit.
That part. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I said Hollywood is not for everybody, because there is something about needing to be maybe inebriated in order to participate.
At what point do we learn to start saying no, though? Because everybody's not being forced to have sex. Everybody's not. Let's just put this out there. I'm not saying that there are not those that
it depends on how bad you want to be cast from the casting.
How bad do you want it? That's a whole different scenario than somebody forcefully having sex with you against your will, and we are talking about
coercion is against your will. Coercion is against.
It ain't coercion when you want that booking.
Somebody want a part or get their song published. That's not fucking coercion. That's I'm fucking you because I'm getting what I want. That's called prostitution, or let's make a deal, or quid pro quo, tit for tat.
Or RICO charges like what he's under now.
That's not
a criminal enterprise.
That's not RICO charge. RICO charges.
Yes, it is. He got a whole criminal enterprise. Prostitution. Yes, it is. It is prostitution and crossing state lines with it. Yes, it is.
No. RICO.
It's a criminal enterprise.
No. Let me tell you what RICO is. They try to dress it up. Bottom line, RICO is tax evasion. So anything you doing that you making money off that you're not paying the government on, they're gonna smack you with that RICO. Now you got all this bullshit, all this trumped up shit. Okay, I'm glad you think so.
My cousin caught a RICO.
Hold on, let me catch up on the comments real quick. Q said, "Oh no, that wasn't a soft life. They were young and easily manipulated." What were you saying? Me too, Q. Me too, Q.
Stupid shit in our 20s.
We all have. Those type of guys have a target audience. They do. But if we look at that, R. Kelly was dating them young and old. So stupid don't have an age limit. R. Kelly was
kicking their ass up at the high school. Let's tell the truth.
Don't have an age limit. Immature doesn't have an age limit. Manipulative, malleable personalities that can be easily manipulated doesn't have an age limit. So we can't. We don't need to paint a whole generation of people as just young, dumb, and stupid. I can't agree to that. I just can't.
Somebody owns a thesaurus.
What's up, Skunkweed? You coming back? That name just trips me out. But what's up with you, kid? You coming back on screen with us tonight? Q said it really is about the mentality. Are we talking about Cassie? She wanted fame and for. I don't know who specifically you're responding.
I mean, it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them because there's a lot.
Yes, thank you for bringing up Superhead. She made no bones about it. She did what she did. She got what she wanted. Thank you so much, Q. I couldn't think of her name, but Corinne something wasn't Superhead.
Yeah, it was Corinne. She was proud of her damn body count.
I mean, why not?
Against they
why not be proud of it? I hate the fact that motherfuckers.
I know that was.
He said, "Don't take the trip. I need head." Just me though. Oh Lord have mercy. Q said, "Not gonna be forced. Not being forced, but a lot of young women in Hollywood correlate getting put on to do." And again, that is not coercion. That is called I'm a grown ass adult making a choice because the outcome is what I want. That's not coercion. So we're lumping a whole bunch of things in together, Gypsy.
No.
You decide.
Using force or threats. Yeah, that's because
everybody's not being threatened.
No, he was threatening. He threatened Cassie. He threatened to release a sex tape.
But I'm not just talking about Diddy. I'm talking in general, because you keep saying Hollywood.
But but a lot of do you know that a lot of them tape their escapades and they threaten to release tapes?
I understand that.
That's why sex tapes get leaked.
Let's back up. So one of my besties years ago was married to a famous football dude. He was retired by the time I met him, but they had been in a life like 20 some years, right? So I don't have the close proximity that you have at this point, but I have had proximity to knowing people in the industry. And all the stories they shared with me, all that shit was not coercion. So all I'm saying is, yes, stand 10 toes down every day, all day, and will always defend any woman that feels like she is being abused or something is being done against her will. All she got to do is say, this is what happened. I'm going to stand with her until the proof says otherwise. Because too many women tell their story and they're not believed. So until it's proven to be a lie, I'm going to stand with her. But that is not every single story. Every woman ain't out here sucking dick and jumping on it because she's being coerced. Some women, Superhead, for an example, like sex and it gets them what they want. Not every stripper's on the pole because they being coerced or they're addict. Not every person is out there pimping and prostituting or escorting because they on drugs or they hard up for money. Some people like sex. Some people want the fame. Some people want whatever it is they're trading for that sex. But like, bottom line, we can't lump a whole generation of people into this and say everybody's in it because of such and such. That's not fair. You're discrediting every able-bodied, mentally stable adult that's making their decisions for themselves. That's all I'm saying. I love you. I don't
know. If you wake up with an ounce of regret,
we regret. What that got to do with it?
Some people just like hoeing.
What?
Yeah, but if you wake up tomorrow and you regret hoeing,
that's on you.
Regret hoeing, but nobody made you a hoe.
You really didn't want a hoe, but you needed a plane ticket home.
A plane ticket home from where and why?
Well, it got you a one-way there, but you didn't know that in order to get to be there and stay there, that you had to
be a good hoe and a smart hoe. Like, make sure you getting out of it what you trying to put into. What are you talking about right now?
Exactly. Girl? See what Q said? See what Q said? I lived in LA, and yes, a lot of women did things because they were told they would get put on.
That's not coercion.
It is.
Coercion is saying you have to do this or I will hurt you. You have to do this or I'm going to do something bad to you. You have to do this or this.
Okay, well, bribery.
That is not, could be bribery, but really it's quid pro quo. You do this, I do that. You give me
and
this.
And if you don't do that and I've done this, then what?
That's they fucking fault for not getting it in writing. If I'm a hoe, damn sure I'm finna make sure I'm getting what I'm hoeing for. We too damn big to be sitting here letting grown people tell us that because
what you just said is the key. That's why he get young ass girls that don't know no better.
I mean, I see you 10 toes down on that, but
I'm gonna let you have it.
All I'm saying is it's a lot of old bras out here flat backing for free. So
thank you, Sean. Alicia said it's a decision. Yup. Q said the lines are blurred because it starts off like quid pro quo. And again, if it changes and she changes her mind, I'm 10 toes down. You got a right to change your mind. I don't change your mind in the middle of the butt naked. You change your mind, you have a right to change your mind and say no. That's gonna always be it for me. But because you changed your mind, change your steps in that moment. That doesn't mean that all the stuff you did prior to that moment that you were doing it against your will. That's still something different. I just don't want us lumping all these things and all these people together and taking away the power that people have in making their decision. That's not okay either. We can't mass blanket things because somebody got taken advantage of.
Yeah, but
the same thing if we were talking about men being taken advantage of by women. There's plenty of stupid men out here too that women are taking advantage of, and then there's plenty of men out here making decisions to let women take advantage of them and do. Girl, bye. We 20 minutes in. Let's get to tonight's topic. Tonight's topic is sex magic, pleasure, power, and prosperity.
That is magic. That is magic.
Nah, we're not going down that rabbit hole no more. Wait a minute. Skunkweed said, okay, do me a favor, sir. What's your name? Because I don't want to keep calling you Mr. Skunkweed. And why is your name Skunkweed on here? Help me understand that.
Because he smoked.
I get that, but why Skunkweed? Like, why?
Because he spoke that stank shit. That stank shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Good. I understand. I got that. But you couldn't think of a more imaginative, creative name?
That was imaginative and creative. I'll be back. I need to refresh.
Q said, but then when it doesn't happen, they feel like they got to keep doing it because the last encounter was recorded. So from that point forward, they feel forced to protect themselves. No, from that point forward, at some point, we have to learn how to see. This is where I'm going with this. And then we really do need to segue because why are we still talking about this? All I'm saying is at some point, we have to learn from our own stupid shit and the people that came before us. So it's plenty of women out here telling their story every single day, even if we don't see them in the media, even if we don't see them on TV and on social media. Trust and believe it's plenty of women that told them, don't go into their office. Don't do that. And I'm not victim shaming, but I am saying that at some point, when do we stop putting ourselves in certain situations and then blaming everyone else and being mad because it didn't turn out the way that we wanted? That's the question that I want to ask you, Gypsy. If you're defending that line of thought, I'm with you. But at what point do we learn to do something different? And same thing to you, Q. At one point do we do something different? Sex magic. Hey, let's go. I'm ready to get into it. Hey, Evan, nice to meet you. No, hey, Gypsy called it. That stank shit. You're saying that's what they think. I feel you, Q. So, sex magic.
Hold on, wait. I mean, I just gotta address that because fuck that. Well, unless you're doing some wild ass shit like getting shitted on or something like that, then fuck that. I don't care. Release that sex tape. Cause ain't nobody sex tape worse than what's that white bitch name? The Kardashian bitch, Kim Kardashian.
Kim and
with that whack ass, that whack ass sex tape, and she got famous off that shit. Put my shit out there, shit. I'm gonna be famous like a motherfucker. So I don't care. I'll make more money because he blackmailed her for what, 20 grand? Shit, I'll make more than 20 grand. Drop that shit.
Hey.
Yeah, she was lazy.
See, I'm a daredevil. I'm an adrenaline junkie. So ain't nobody gonna hold shit over me that had that kind of power. Tell it. What? I'm gonna call your bluff. Tell it. Show it. Give it.
Tell it so I can show why you. Never mind. Let me stop. because the story is gonna be that I didn't participate because it was lackluster. That's my story.
Damn. What you be having going on?
I mean, really?
Damn.
So that being said, before I jump into my theoretical pontifices on, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so sex magic. So that question comes up a lot. Y'all really do want to talk about that.
They do.
As far as questions that y'all send, not lackluster. What link we talking about, Skunk? Oh, okay, I got you. I'll email her. I was like, what? Okay, you got to catch me in the moment, man, because I done moved on. Okay, I'm finna.
That's what happens when you smoke that good shit.
We all sipping.
No, what it is, I am
all sipping. You better, hey. But by the way, what y'all drinking on? I got a margarita in the honor of my brothers and sisters.
I gotta get me a napkin. Picked up. Gypsy, if you don't be quiet. Oh my God. I gotta so I am actually I kind of mixed some stuff together. Okay, so y'all know I don't like to shout businesses out, but the little chicken place got a fire peach lemonade smoothie, peach lemonade milkshake. Pretty dope. So then I was driving past the other burger place and they got a peach milkshake. And I was like, I got some lemonade at home. And I don't feel like going all the way across town to the chicken. Yup. So I stopped there and got me the peach milkshake. Sorry, my words are tripping. And I added some
Because it
lemonade.
sounds like it's more than peach milkshake.
Yes, I'm getting to the point. Let me have my moment. So I'm shouting out Alicia because this how long it took me to drink this, because this is like she the truth. So I was with my boo, Alicia. I'm gonna put her back up on the screen so y'all can see her. And her sister, if you in the local Birmingham area, listen, they about that life. They do all the infused things, drinks, cookies, food, whatever. Yo, I was with Alicia a month ago, helping her with something. And I told y'all how everybody was sitting around the table, her family, before we headed out. And she was like, y'all want some lemonade? And everybody was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And then they was like, but Jay, it's infused. I was like, that changes things, because we was about to drive out. I still had that infused lemonade in my refrigerator because it's that strong. So I mixed that into the milkshake.
Oh.
All that said, because I gotta hype my girl up. Like, listen, her sis is the truth, okay? So yes, they do the
what I'm talking about.
all the things. Ow. Oh,
so
okay.
You vibed and not smoked, but I understand it's still hitting you.
It's still hitting you. Listen, and here's a pro tip. I'm just playing, but no, here's the tip for real. So if you if you want to get into the sex magic thing, so let me define sex magic and then I'll tell you the tips. All sex magic is being intentional when you're being intimate, whether you're with a persons or by yourself, right? Self-pleasure or pleasure with someone else involved. And you're choosing to make that moment of pleasure intentional and focus it on something that you either want to create an experience in your life, call a particular person or type of person into your life, or create a certain outcome, like manifesting, law of attraction, co-creating, curating, whatever label you want to put on it. It's all the same thing. Girl, listen, yeah, y'all see, she about that life. So if you want
Lisa, woo, guess what? I'm gonna be down south. Wait, she in Birmingham?
Yes.
So I might have to make a ride to Birmingham because I'm going to London this weekend.
Yeah, listen, call me because I will come meet you, okay? Because you know you my boo. And Lisa
I need you to see my birthday gift.
You know I will.
My birthday gift.
You know I will come. Call me and send me the details. Text me.
Sean, did you know what I got for my birthday?
No, I had no idea.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Stop playing.
I got an electric car for my birthday.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did say, okay.
I got a Honda Prologue. So I'm going to be driving my little electric car down.
Oh, so it's a prologue. It's a prologue, not an epilogue.
No. You know what? I ain't playing with y'all tonight. Anyway, so yes, get with Alicia to get your goodies if you in the Beham area. Yes. Infused lemonade, girl, listen. Oh, here goes what's up, Evan? And then Q said, oh, so it's not giving it so good he just passes out for a few hours. I mean, it could be that too.
I know, right?
You know what I'm saying? It could be that too. Hey, but
hold on, wait. I'm a dude. I don't know what that means. What that mean?
That means you fire in the bedroom. Like, ain't no other way to say it.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That's why when I said lackluster,
you fire in the
bedroom. They knew what I was talking about.
Yes.
I'm still awake.
I'm just saying, so it's not giving it so good. He just passes out for a few hours. Like, that don't make sense. That sounds like it's bad.
No. It's good because he sleep. He tired. You know, her out.
But if I'm still up and I'm on Facebook, it was bad.
You didn't do what
you need to do. She said he passes out. If she go to sleep, then yeah, my job is done. But if I pass out and she's sitting there twiddling her thumbs, that ain't I done fucked up.
You done fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. Like that comment don't make sense to me.
But it makes sense because she's gonna be napping right next to you.
Right. Y'all both supposed to be napping. But
well, nah, because once she go to sleep, I gotta get up. I gotta get up and make me a sandwich because she sleeps. So I gotta go make me a sandwich and shit.
Okay.
I don't put in work.
If you the only one napping, you did not do your job.
Nah, trust me. If I put her to sleep, she did her job because it was good enough for me to put her to sleep. I got a refuel. I gotta get a sandwich and a Gatorade.
If you ain't sleep with her, no.
Oh, Gypsy, Q is sending you happy birthday shenanigans and happy birthdays. And Alicia.
Thank you, babies.
All right, but
I'm a Gemini, so I have that dual side of me.
Yeah.
And I don't know. This year has been different. I'm embracing 55 though. I really am. I'm embracing 55. I'm loving it. But when I pulled up in that driveway and seen that car, I was like, wait, what?
What does that mean though?
I left my car in the street.
Oh, now you bourgeois ghetto at this point because it's a car instead of a car. Okay.
I left my car in the street.
Okay.
Right. So, but
come on with it, Q.
Yeah. Yes, sex magic. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
So happy 5-5 to the Gypsy. You that dope chick. I love you, girl. Keep on celebrate. But sex magic, yeah. So again,
right.
The easiest way to make that make sense for you is sex with intention. Now, one could reasonably argue you should be having sex intentionally anyway. And you should not just be haphazardly having sex with anybody and everybody just because they got a good looking dick or some pussy. Sex is the exchange of not only fluids but energy. So anybody that you choose to be intimate with, it should be intentional and not just because it's Tuesday. Now, I don't want to say that you can't do it just because you want to. You absolutely can. But just be mindful of who you choose to engage with because it does have an effect on you emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially.
And it has lifetime ties.
It can. You can clear.
If you don't relinquish them, it does.
Yeah, you can clear soul ties, but it absolutely can. Like if you're not protecting yourself, guarding your boundaries and your energy.
Well, sometimes you don't want to guard your boundaries.
So sex magic is all about being intentional with what is it that I want to create. So an example question that I get all the time, can I use sex magic to call in love in my life? You can. Can I use sex magic to call in money in my life? You can. Because again, all you're doing, think about this. All you're doing is that the point, so you should be doing it throughout the session, and we'll get into more detail in a minute, but at the point of your most orgasmic piece, where the O is coming, baby, that train is coming off the tracks. You about to hit it, right? You about to scream, you about to shout, you about to shimmy and shake. You should be so focused on the thing that you want that there is no separation. And if you're really cool with the person that you're intimate with, this is why it's great to be intentional about who you're sleeping with. If you're really feeling that person and they're feeling you and y'all are on that wavelength, whether you're in a relationship or not, if y'all are on that wavelength and you're communicating and you're sharing those types of details about yourself, you've told that person and they've told you.
Who is playing with shit on the damn mic?
That is Mr. Evans, so I'm gonna mute him. Don't be stealing my damn concentration, girl. You hollering.
Listen, that shit was fucking with my damn psyche. I was like,
what the fuck is going on? Is that what it was? It was fucking with your high? Okay.
That part.
Okay. Told you she was on one.
Wait a minute. So at the point of orgasm, that you said, Q, that's wait.
I should be seeing pink hearts and purple stars and blood moons. Wait, what the fuck did that motherfucker say on Lucky Charms?
What?
I don't know. I never liked the cereal.
What did he say? Pink hearts and purple stars and green clovers. If I don't see all that shit, there ain't no magic.
Oh hell. Anyway, Q, yes. You said that's not just magic, that's financial, or is it? It can be both. So the point is, again, if you're on that wavelength with your person, you're sharing with them and they're sharing with you. And when you feel yourself getting ready to climax or have an orgasm, you should be so focused in on that thing in your mind that there is no separation. You feel like you have it. So if it's love, right? If you say, I love this person, I want them in my life, I want a person, even if you don't have a person in mind, and you want a person, you want romance, you want love, you want a spouse, you want a boyfriend or girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever. You may just be wanting to manifest a fuck buddy because, get your rocks off. Then you could be thinking about that person in general, the type of person, the qualities they have, if you've given them a nickname. If you wanted money, you could be thinking about a certain amount of money, a certain type of client that you want to call into your business. You could think about a certain position that you would like to have in your job or in your career track. Really, whatever it is that you want to experience, again, you can think about that. Go ahead, Sean, because I see it all over your face. What you got? What you got? Bring it. Bring it.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's just okay. So, like, for me personally,
Sure.
if I'm with somebody and we in that moment, you know, so unless it's already established, don't be like in the middle of us getting down. I'm getting ready to get there and be like, I love you, because that's gonna just fuck me up. Like,
What the hell is you talking about?
Wait, what just
Okay,
happened?
I'm gonna mute you, Evan, because
Like,
something was going on your side of the mic, Evan. So I just muted
yeah,
you for a minute. Sean, what? I'm
yeah.
confused. What are you talking about?
Because like when you say like manifesting love through like sex magic, like
That's
don't be busting out like, oh, I love you, because then that's gonna fuck me up. Like, hold on, we ain't even discussed that shit
that's
yet.
not even the same thing. No.
Okay, I mean that's what it sounds like, but like I said, I'm a man, so y'all women think on
now
different
that's
ways,
now that. Wait a minute now. So wait, hold on. Wait a minute.
You okay?
I got to focus on this. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Mm-hmm.
saying that if she expresses feelings of emotion during that time, that's like you think she casting a spell on your ass?
That's not what I'm saying.
I didn't get that either,
What
Gypsy.
I'm
But
saying is, if we
both
if
of y'all
we've
tweaking
this
tonight.
if we have discussed it and we already on that level where we say that to each other, then when we're having sex,
I'm
that's
going
fine.
through Q.
But if we in the middle of sex and we ain't never even discussed it, and it's the first time you hit me with the "I love you,"
So
like,
let
hold
me
on,
back
wait,
up.
that to me, that feel like you trying to manipulate me to put me into something, because I mean, like,
Let
hold
me
on,
back
we
up.
need, okay,
Because no, I don't. I'm I'm trying to think through what I said and figure out how you got there, but that's not what I'm saying. And
because
Gypsy,
you
I'm
were
trying to
saying
think of
manifesting love through.
no. So let me go back and clear that up. Let's say I had a guy or a girl that said, Jay, I want to call in love in my life. I want to manifest love. I want to call in my person. How can I do that? That I would suggest to do that solo. Now, can you do it if you got a friend that you just got benefits with and you want to use the sex to yes,
Don't do that.
let me finish my statement.
My bad.
Okay,
Ooh,
let me finish my
sorry.
damn statement, girl. Let
You
me
right.
finish
You
the
right.
statement.
My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad.
Technically, what I was going to say, yes, you can do it technically. Should you do it if you are in integrity with yourself and with that person? I say no, because you don't need to take your intimate time with a person that you're experiencing it with in that moment and be trying to focus on somebody else. That's just not cool to me. Now, they may not care and you may not care. If that's the case, get down where you get down and get in where you fit in. I would never do that. I don't think that's an integrity. But can you do it? Yes. That being said, if you got some solo dolo time, as they like to say nowadays, I don't understand why the fuck we got to say dolo, but whatever. Um, and you're enjoying yourself, you're pleasing yourself, that absolutely is a time that you could use to imagine and daydream while you're engaging in your self pleasure on, even if you don't have the person in mind, because you may not know who that person is, you just want to call in new love in your life. You get focused on what it feels like to be loved by that person, the ideal of that person, the experiences. You could focus on, like, say, what does that first date look like? What does your 10th date look like? What does your 10-year anniversary look like? What does your life look like with that person in it? Um, here's a so let's just say you like white guys that are 6'3" with blue eyes and brown hair. I don't fucking know, blonde hair, whatever.
With a
Then you can
mullet.
focus. on the general type or woman, whatever. Hey there again, Evan. Because you're focusing on the experience. I want love in my life. I want a relationship. I want a partner, right? You're focusing on the general ideas. So during your self pleasure, you could. Now, if you're currently with a person and you want to magnify the love that you feel together and you want to do ritual work together or sex magic on one another together, you absolutely could. A lot of couples do that because if you're together and it's good, they want to intensify that good and keep that good long term. So you take what's already working and you magnify it and multiply it in the energy of the sex magic, right? If you are with someone and you're like, I love this person, I like this person, but I want to end this and move on to my next. So I want to call in my next. Again, I don't advocate for being intimate with somebody else and trying to call in something different. That can backfire on you real quick energetically if you're not careful. To go back to what Q said a minute ago, because her and Michael are a great example of this. Sex magic. I'm trying to get the comment back up. Yeah, so her and Michael are a great example of this. Her partner, you've seen them both on screen in some of our older replays. They're both a good example of this. He intentionally called her in before he knew who she was, just in idea, in theory. And then once he knew her specifically and decided he loved her, he wanted her. Got her. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just one example. If you needed money, you could do, so I'm sorry, before I move to that, to go back to your comment, Sean. So no, it's not about just randomly screaming out, I love you in the middle of sex with somebody you've never said it to. That's a little weird. And I think that can be emotionally manipulative. If you've never said it and that's the first time you say it, that can be really manipulative. I'm just saying. So
that's super weird.
Evan said that's super weird. I mean, it is. Think about it. If you say the first time during the middle of sex and y'all have never even hinted around about it or talked about any type of emotional stuff or feeling, that's a little overwhelming to some. That's just weird.
Yeah. But what about the fact that, in the moment, you a people pleaser. You know what I'm saying? And you talk about sex magic. I do believe it's real, but it's like a lot of times it may not be intentional. You're just a people pleaser, and you're in the bedroom, y'all doing your thing, and you lay it down, man or woman, don't matter who's doing it. You laying it down is real good, and y'all like each other. It's not a one night stand type of thing. Y'all see each other on more than one occasion. But y'all not really ready to make that leap to be serious, but y'all enjoy each other's company and say you want to, explore other people, but you still want to keep that person close to you because you're like, there could be something there. I think there's something to be said about, all right, well, maybe you should calm it down in the bedroom a little bit. You don't have to be lazy because, we like doing what we're doing, but at the same time, if you're a people pleaser, you may not necessarily have an entirely complete control of that moment. And now that person is reading more into what you're doing. Now they think there's more substance to this relationship, and you may not necessarily be there at that point. You just doing what you're doing because that's just what you do with everybody. And I'm saying there's
not sex magic, Evan. That's not sex magic, and that's just called bad communication. Is what it's called. Like, I mean, be honest, like that's just called bad communication, and that's not sex magic. Is specifically about using that experience by yourself or with someone else to create a circumstance or a situation.
I get what you're saying.
That what you're describing is just you're good in the bedroom. Like that's just being good at what you do. But that's not sex magic.
That's stigmatized. They're different.
That's having the magic stick. when you got the magic stick,
they're different.
No, that's having a.
They're not the same.
That's having a magic stick. When you had a magic stick,
I got the magic stick.
Yeah, you can't help it. It just happens.
Oh man, all right, I get you. All right.
Once I twice. Yeah, go listen to 50. You'll understand what that is.
Okay.
But wait, I'm glad you brought this up about polyamory because now in my younger days, I probably was a little bit selfish. I didn't like to
a little bit.
Okay, a lot bit selfish.
Okay, because if you're gonna tell it all.
Okay, I was a lot of bit selfish. But at this age and stage, I think because I've lived a little bit, I've just kind of like, well,
hey, big bro.
I don't know if it's called polyamory or I just don't want to be bothered with you all the time.
Girl, what is you talking about right now?
It sounds like what she's saying is she want to have and she want to have an option. You know what I'm saying? That's what it sounds like.
What you mean, you're freaky?
I don't know if it's polyamory or I just don't want to be bothered with you all the time.
That's not polyamory. That's called you just want options, like Sean said. You just playing the field, girl. What the fuck is you talking about right now?
Yeah, because like multiple partners simultaneously, ethical non-monogamy. I don't know about all that, but I just don't want to be bothered all the time,
girl.
So I'm okay if you go do your thing over here. I don't want to think about it, but I'm okay if you do your thing over here.
No.
So I guess that's not the same because I heard that ethical non-monogamy means that you actually have to disclose, and I'd rather not know.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's like open relationship. That's not polyamory.
There we go.
Yeah, polyamory is intentionally having multiple partners.
Yeah.
We are resident experts.
Yeah. That's an open relationship. Like you do you, I'ma do me. At the end of the day, we both come home together and we don't talk about it type thing.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to go back to something Q said before we get too far away. So Q said, you gotta wait. Okay, first she was answering your question, Gypsy. Now he saw her, and then he focused for 3 years to lock it down.
Wow.
And then she said there's sex magic to get them, not email, but to get them, and sex magic to keep them. So yes, let's dive a little bit more into that before we get too far astray. So sex magic, for whatever you're doing it for, is not a one and done thing. Very rarely with any type of ritual, spiritual practice, prayer, whatever you do, is it going to be I'm a one and done thing and I'm going to get what I want. So just like anything else, with sex magic, you got to put in the work and the effort consistently. There's no prescribed number of times that your doctor or your therapist or your practitioner is going to be like, if you fuck them 5 times, you're going to get this. That's not how that works. But if, again, and going back to Sean's comment, it should not be something that you are springing on somebody in the middle, whether it's love or not. And even if you're practicing sex magic in the experience with someone and you don't necessarily feel like, well, I want to share with them when I'm manifesting, you can keep it to yourself. But just understand that it is more powerful when your person that you're being intimate with is involved in that conversation with you, because you're both giving energy to it, right?
Right.
So if you had a couple that said, I want to buy a house, it's going to be more intense, and you're likely to get a quicker result with both people having that conversation before you become intimate, and then during the moment as you guys are having your fun, just keeping that in the awareness so that once you get to that orgasmic moment, you're both zoned in and focused. Now, what I mean by awareness is it doesn't start when you get to the orgasmic moment and then in there. Before you even come together, like, you should already be calling it up in your psyche and your mind and your energy, your thought process. Once you start to engage in your foreplay and you start to actually have fun together, you should both be calling it to mind, imagining, daydreaming. You can even be talking to each other about it, describing what it feels like to walk in that house for the first time and getting your kink out of it at the same time. What in the fuck? Sean, what is funny?
I'm sorry. I'm just sitting there like, yeah, girl, we gonna get this house, girl. Hell yeah, girl. We gonna walk in that foyer. It's gonna be the shit. Hell yeah, girl. We gonna have the bathroom's gonna be on point. Oh shit, we got the house. I'm sorry. It's just that's just what popped in my head.
No, that would be a little weird. But what you could do through the foreplay, because that's a little weird. What you could do in the foreplay part of it, because most people like some type of foreplay, right? You don't just stick it in and hump like bunny rabbits. So in the foreplay, when you're cuddling, kissing, massaging each other's back, toes, rubbing her scalp, you know, playing in his beard. If your honeydew is rubbing on your beard, Sean, and y'all talking about buying a house together, she could be rubbing on your beard and be like, babe, you remember that house we was talking about, such and such? And you get what I'm saying? In that moment, you're both daydreaming, you're both envisioning it together, you're talking through it. Sean said, you can't do that. She said, you can't do that, Sean. You can. It's a little weird, but you can. But back to the point that I was making, you do it in a way that makes sense to you. So since you're a beard guy, you see what I'm saying? Your honeydew could be rubbing your beard, stroking your back, massaging your chest, licking on your nipples, whatever. And then in the midst of all that, she could be talking to you like, babe, I can't wait till you carry me on that threshold. Ooh, babe, I can't wait till you fuck me on the kitchen counter. Babe, whatever. And you're doing your thing. You can even role play and incorporate sex magic. Go to a fancy hotel for the night and act like it's your living room or your bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many ways that you could do it, but the point is to have fun. She said, y'all hilarious. Michael said, been over the banister. See, that's what the fuck I'm talking about, Michael. Yes, he came with it. So, Sean, you and I joke about the corporate thug all the time, right? Okay, so here's I'm just picking off you because you with all these faces tonight. So let's say Sean had a babe. And babe was like, babe, I want you to be my corporate thug tonight. We're going to go to such and such hotel. We're going to get down with it, okay? They get to the hotels, fancy hotel. And for the night, that hotel room is your bedroom. Because you want this house that's got the ensuite with the bathroom and the jacuzzi tub and all these things. So you find a hotel room that's, you feel what I'm saying?
Talk it up.
You feel me? So you start at the bar, y'all talking smack all day to each other. You sending each other sexy messages and all to get you getting with it, okay? You meet her at the bar, y'all have a few drinks, you have a little fun, get lit, go upstairs to the room, and the whole day you've been creating this orgasmic energy and talking about, I'm just saying house, it could be anything all day. So you've been talking about the house, how many bedrooms, you've been talking about pictures in the midst of your everyday conversation and creating sexual tension. Now you go to this hotel room that kind of reminds you of the type of room that you want to have your master bedroom in your house. It's got maybe the color scheme, type of bed, whatever. And you're like, babe, see what our bedroom look like? And I'm being facetious. But you give it up, sexy gypsy, right? You
I see it.
You know, she using her little sexy voice. She be like, Cardi B, you better break my back like Josie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You just get into the moment.
Oh, maybe she'll get you to pick her up downstairs in the bar like she a stranger.
She might have on nothing but some sexy panties and an overcoat. You know, like, it's all about creating the moment. And in that moment, you're creating tension, if you will, so that when you get ready to climax or orgasm, you have filled this bubble with everything that you wanted in this experience. And when that bubble bursts and you're orgasming, all that energy that's flooding through your body, all the endorphins that are flooding through your brain, they're all focused on one common goal, whatever the thing was that you have been talking about and focusing on. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, it makes sense. I just, I'm a guy, so I got to retrain my thought process.
I mean, it makes sense, and I mean, I'm with you with all that and everything like that. But I mean, the whole time you were saying that, and maybe I'm immature, but I was just like, All that to me just sound like let's just role play, get freaky. That's all that. That's all that sounded like to me. Like let's just role play and get freaky tonight, and we just speaking stuff into existence. Like yeah, we gonna get this one day, and yeah, when we get it, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you on this banister, I'm gonna fuck you in the foyer, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you in the kitchen, and I'm gonna do all that. But tonight, let's just pretend like we got all that right now, just so we can get our shit off.
So ideally, sex magic really should be that, right? It's not limited to the bedroom. Think about
wait. I'm sorry, but Coles then came up 2 times. Like, is people getting freaky in Coles?
Wait, hold on. Go back to Michael's comment. We did exactly that. We saw our house today. See, Michael and Q know what I'm talking about.
And then go to the next comment.
Q said we did that in Coles. Imagine all the moments in our fancy shower. Come on through. All I'm saying. Come on through. We went to the cola store and visualized our perfect bathroom. Mint cola. Oh, I think they were just window shopping, not actually fucking in the store.
Oh, okay.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm just saying, like, because ain't nothing wrong with that. Trust me. You can get down, we can get in, we can get in it. I don't get, man, look, do you?
Right.
I got no judgment. Listen, do you spice it up, the spice of life, right?
Shit, that shit is fun.
It's not limited to the bedroom, y'all. Just like you having sex in all these different places and getting freaky and doing all this shit. We got what you meant, Q, baby. That's just Sean. That's just Sean and Evan because they dudes. But think about,
I don't know what that meant, but okay.
Because y'all being dense, like y'all being the antagonist to my perfectly explained. No,
nah, see, we just being men, and I'm just trying to present the male point of view. Like, hey, hold on, wait,
I ain't mad at you. No, so I went hiking with my friend the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
How old is he? 50. He'll be 60 this year. So I went hiking with him, and I'm listening to him, and he was like, "Jay, I gotta be trained." I was like, "Dude, you fucking 60. You too old to be trained." And he was like, "With somebody out there that can teach your old dogs new tricks?" The fuck? Why is any grown woman responsible for teaching your ass some tricks at this point? Like, what?
He was too scared to learn when he was young.
Yeah.
Nah, see, okay, I gotta cut you off right there. First of all, no. No. Because every single woman, hold on, wait. Every single woman is different. So, although y'all talk all this shit like y'all sisters, nah, y'all fucking different. So you deal with this one, and it's like this. Then you come and you deal with this one, and you try to do the shit, and then it's like that shit don't work with this. So it's like no, fuck that. You gotta let me know how to deal with you.
That's not what I was saying, though. He was trying to make it seem. I'm with you, Sean. Every person has to teach their person how they want to be treated all day, every day. But he was trying to make it seem like he just ain't never been taught this stuff. And I was like, the devil, no. I refuse to believe that by 60 years old, you ain't picked up some of this shit.
But like you said, he's 60. He may be used to dealing with a certain type of woman, and now he want to get back out there. Maybe he want to deal with somebody that's 45, 50, and so he might need to be trained again.
That part.
Different shit.
Could be. I don't know.
It's very. I don't understand, and it's not even to like talk shit, but like I don't understand like the thinking of women, like where like y'all be learning some new shit too when y'all get with new men.
How you know it's new? It might be just new.
Y'all don't have to be taught how to love a certain man a certain way. From man to man, just like we have to learn from each other so we can gain these experiences through the years. Like he may have dealt with certain women that don't think in your mindset or even move that way. So
we just don't pull out all the tricks the first time, boo. That's what it is. Like
everybody talking about me right now. But Evan, nobody is saying that at any age you can't learn something new. We're all learning till the day we die, hopefully. Because if not, you're just old and stupid. My point was, or I get it, and my question was also, why are we getting to this more mature age and still not having seen basic things through repetition or patterns in relationships? Because, okay, so for example, we went to a golf event, and like it was so much going on there, but I was sitting there talking to him and this other guy, and this chick walked past, and she had a fat ass. I mean, girl was fine. But I'm sitting there and I watched them because I just wanted to see what they was gonna do. And both of them was like, and I just started laughing. So when they realized I had seen them and I was laughing, they was like, "What? You know?" I was like, "Hey, I got no judgment, but you know that most women don't like that, right?" And he was like, "But it's a compliment." I was like, "But it's not. The average woman doesn't want you. A lot of women don't want you staring at her ass like she's a piece of meat on a stick." I had to tell a dude this the other day. I went in a Chinese restaurant, and these two older guys were walking out. They looked like they were maybe in their 70s. And the one guy was talking to the server at the front and saw me and spoke to me, and he was walking to the door, and his friend was coming behind him and was like, "You fine." I said, "Thank you." And he kept staring. I was like, that's weird. And he was like, "What?" I said, "You, because you're still staring." He was like, "But you fine." I said, "Appreciate that. Don't like it though." Why? It's the compliment. It's not. And I noticed that they both said the same thing. Who is teaching y'all men this? Like, why is it that you think staring is a compliment? Because I know I'm not the first woman that has said don't do it. You get what I'm saying? But y'all,
and I call Cat. I call Cat.
I don't like
Cat.
It. It's weird as hell.
Cat. No, I call Cat because fuck y'all. Y'all do the same thing. Let Idris Elba be in your vicinity, and y'all gonna be staring like a motherfucker.
Right.
Or somebody that y'all compare on that level that looks that good to y'all. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all bullshitting.
They're staring, and then they're staring.
See, and that's because y'all think, because we do it slick. Get the fuck out of here. You still doing the same damn thing.
You can't keep pushing the goalposts. No, you can't keep pushing the goalposts because y'all the man staring at y'all if you think the nigga is fine.
No.
If you think he's attractive, y'all will let him stare at y'all all day and let him and then waiting for him to walk up and say something to you. But let the motherfucker be ugly as shit and he's staring at y'all. You be like,
I'm going to get a restraining order.
I bet you that old ass man was not good looking. He probably was
very handsome,
or mid or below your standards of good looking.
No, bullshit. Because he was, for his age, and like I said, I'm guessing they were in their late 60s, early 70s. For his age, he was actually very handsome, very well groomed, silver fox kind of vibe going on both of them.
All right,
business casual. You know, they said it was from California. I don't know who they were and never see him again. He was actually very handsome. I still don't find it cute. Don't like it. And and more women that I know don't like it.
We ain't say you find it cute and don't like it. I'm just calling Cat because y'all do the same damn thing, but because y'all feel like y'all can get away with it, it's okay.
No, because we're not sitting there with mouths open, tongue hanging out.
Because men are men.
It don't matter what
and we can't help ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it happens. Now, oh my God, you're so fucked up. That's so fucking wrong. You know what I'm saying? But like, come on, man. I'm just saying because that's how y'all be carrying it. No. Especially women that piss me off the most. It's the ones that would put on some sexy ass shit to go to the gym and work out in.
And they be mad if you looking at them.
Exactly. Like, hold on, wait. You could have just put on some regular sweatpants, a Fruit of the Moon sweatshirt, came and worked out, and nobody be looking at you like that. But you come up in here with all this fucking shit you got on Temu, and it's all tight and revealing and showing.
No. I call bullshit. First of all, I used to be a trainer in my former life, okay? And I was that chick that actually hid in my sweatpants. I used to have leggings and a t-shirt on, And then I had sweatpants and a sweatshirt on. And you know what? One of the trainers stopped me and told me one day when I was walking in, I said, "What's up, yo?" He said, "Jay." I said, "What?" He said, "Stop all that bullshit." I said, "What are you talking about? I just came in." He said, "No, you came in here dressed down like don't nobody know you got all that ass."
Now, granted,
So,
a real player gonna see through all that shit anyway. He gonna like, oh shit,
I was gonna say
she hiding all that shit. She hiding it, but I can see it. But
right, he was being real with you because he like you beautiful. I don't know why you acting all frumpy dumpy like you ain't got it like that. Stop playing with me.
we're for losing because you say we shouldn't be walking in there with the bare.
Nah. I never. Nope. I never said that.
You shouldn't.
I never said that. What I'm saying is, don't get mad. Because if I'm wearing some shit where I'm showing my shit off, how am I get mad when women up there talking shit to me?
Wait a minute.
That
Q
part.
said she'll drool if he's sexy.
Hold on, wait. Now you gotta back up because you missed a whole lot of comments.
I saw that. I was trying to call that out because of what you just said. Let me back up though. But no, Sean, I still don't. Nah, most women don't want to be fed on their piece of meat.
Yeah, you know what the fuck going on. She got a dump on me, pull, let me smack it. Fully in the cup, hop out, crush and get the blessing. She in the party tweaking, all the guys probably had her Winston ticket. Everybody know my nigga.
Oh my God. So they weren't having sex in the store, but he grabbed her ass, y'all. She got a lot of ass grabs.
Right.
Yeah, and that's fine because if it's my woman, I'm always grabbing her ass. I don't care where we at.
She said, "Just daydream what you want." Thanks. We done got all off the sex magic. We'll get back to it in a second. Michael said,
"Right, I don't even."
Hold on, wait. That right there, that's gospel.
How do we keep
that right there is gospel.
Well, I like what Nadina said, and I'm with it.
Here I come. Michael said, "What? What exactly did you have to have taught?" Oh,
hold on, wait. Okay.
I'm gonna let you come back and defend her title in the comments, baby. She said you play too much. Idris Elba is a whole different specimen.
Fuck that. That's like me saying, "Oh no, Megan Thee Stallion is a different subject." Fuck that.
Like, come on, stop with that.
Like Michael said, he's speaking truth. If you like it, it's all good.
Exactly.
Michael said, "Are you speaking about this?"
Now that I agree with. I agree with. If he got that look where it's like, "Oh shit, this nigga might kill me," that's different. But if it's just like, "Oh shit, she got a fat ass,"
it makes me feel like, damn, is this person gonna follow me out to my truck in a minute? Like shit.
You know what I'm saying? But if he looking at you like Tony Montana and shit, you know what I'm saying? Then yeah.
Tony Montana is crazy.
He looking at you like I'm about to get you and I'm gonna eat you. They want attention. Michael talking about the ladies in the gym, I guess. Dudes, listen, y'all men be doing it too with the hoochie daddy shorts.
Okay. That's just saying.
Nadina.
Nadina said, "Listen, at damn near 50, I don't have time to teach someone new sexual stuff. I'm hoping the person I'm with knows how to please a woman and vice versa."
All right, so on that part,
teach your partner your body, you. They might know your stuff, but they still got to know your body. So I'm not saying that. What I was saying was, in general, there's some basic things that we should, like, okay, me as a woman, I'm used to any man I'm with. It don't matter whether he my man, my bestie, my cousin, my whoever, opening the door for me when we're walking in and out of buildings, opening my car door, pulling my seat out. Like, that's something I've had. That's something I expect. It just is. That's just a thing, right? It's weird to me when they don't. I'm like, and I'll stand there. So my friend that I was hiking with, I was like, "You're a horrible fucking hiking guide." And he was like, "Why?" I said, "Because you know all these trails and you're enumerating all this bullshit about the trail. Well, we going up this steep ass climb and you ain't turned back once to see if I'm okay." And he was
like,
why was he not behind you?
Huh?
Why was he not behind
you? See what I'm saying? So I kept telling him, I spent that whole time telling him, "You fucking suck as a friend." And he was like, "Jay, what's wrong?" I said, "We just walked through damn mud and almost bust my ass. You didn't even warn me." And he was like, "My bad. You know, I still gotta be taught some tricks, nigga."
No. I agree with you. But all you talking about is just chivalry. whether you're intimate with the basic chivalry, whether you're intimate with the person or you're a friend. Like, yeah, your friend should have been walking behind you, and he should have been walking at your pace because he knows the trail to make sure you're good. Like, he had all the water and everything like that. You shouldn't have been carrying nothing
because you ain't got the basics down.
That's basics. Now, all the other stuff, no, you need to be taught person to person, because I'm gonna take what I know from my last relationship, and bring it to the current relationship, good or bad. Unfortunately, a lot of people do bring their baggage.
We don't want your baggage. We just want your heel.
Well, everybody will bring baggage.
Yeah,
I mean the baggage that you're not dealing with. Everybody got shit, but there's a difference in shit because you're human and you've lived life, and shit that you dragging like a wagon behind your ass because you don't want to go to therapy or you don't want to talk about it or work on it and get better.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about every, regular schmegular baggage, and that you don't dump on your current partner.
Listen,
but everybody has that, and you learn it from person to person. Like you said, you need to learn that person's body. You need to learn that person's words of affirmation. You need to learn that person's intimacy level. Like, you could be up here and they could be down here. So you need to come down here, so eventually maybe they will be up here. But you got to learn those things. But basic chivalry, no. Nobody should be taught that. You should already know that by the big old age of 50, 60, 70.
Q said gray sweatpants. Listen.
I mean, gray sweatpants or some Roscoe Jenkins pants. Either way, if I'm showing my business off and people looking.
But
you know what I mean?
The other thing is, it's just plain chivalry too, though. Don't let me walk on the outside of the damn sidewalk.
Yeah, of course, obviously.
What that? If a car coming, I'm dipping.
Listen. Oh my God.
I'm sorry. That was just too
easy. That's why you single. No, let me stop.
Listen. So, and here's another example. So I told y'all my HVAC system went out. I'm waiting on them to come replace it and do their thing, right? In the meantime, your girl is like, I ain't built for this. What the fuck is this? We don't do heat. I know I'm a Florida girl and all, but we don't do heat like that, right? So I called my ex because I'm like, yo, I know you probably got some extra units. He came through. Like, I didn't have to go spend money to buy. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it wasn't anything other than, hey, Jay, you good people. There was no expectation. There was no, and I'm saying this for a reason. Because I was trying to get my other friend to understand, because he kept saying, I just need somebody to train me. I just need somebody to train me. Because I said, oh, I get it. You can't live without the cookie. And he was like, no, I can't. I got to act right because I need the cookie. I said, that should not be the fucking reason you want to be a decent human being. So I'm using the example of the window units, right? Just on GP, because he knows if he needs something, I got his back. You feel what we should be decent. We should be in order. We should be just genuinely being the best version of ourselves because it benefits us. And that inherently is going to benefit the people in our life. Not because we're trying to get some dick or get the cookie. Like that just can't be the reason.
It's
but that is most of the motivators for human society, and that's probably why we're going to hell in a handbasket.
It's the world today, and a lot of people don't understand. Just like I hate with a passion that argument about men and women can't be friends. I hate that with a passion.
Yeah, you absolutely
do.
We're absolutely the best of friends. After 35 years, we still best friends.
But I hate it with a passion because it's like, yo, why do you think, they got to be doing something? Like, why are you so insecure? But then on the flip side, a lot of motherfuckers be doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
And it's those people that ruin that whole perception of men and women can't be friends, because it's always, and I don't know, it doesn't matter what situation it is, whether it's intimacy or whatever, it's always some dumb motherfucker fucking it up for everybody. And as a society, we be like, see, that's why men and women can't be friends. Like, what?
Exactly.
Just because She a girl. That don't mean she not my homie, bro. Like what? I have no sexual intentions towards her. She has, and vice versa. Like I don't understand that.
I feel
Yeah,
I'm with you though, and I'm with you, Jay. If Cookie is your only reason for being decent human, then you're never gonna be a decent human because at one point your cookie is you're not gonna be able to get the cookie.
That was my point to him. Like, if the only reason you trying to be good is to get Cookie, you just fucking the game, sir.
But you know what? Because that one guy's gonna have the last laugh, and he gonna make your thing don't work.
Sorry, what you got?
If you got the cookie, you couldn't do that with it.
I'm lost. Is Cookie pussy or we talking about cookies? Like
it's pussy.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah, if that's the reason that you being a decent human is to get the cookie, then God is gonna have the last laugh because he gonna be like, watch this.
I mean,
and it never works.
I was just asking to clarify because I mean, just for sex, I can go without for real. I can. Fuck it. But if you talking about cookies, shit. You know what I'm saying? I love me some oatmeal raisins, some macadamia nuts, shit.
You'll be a good person just to get some cookies, right?
Hell yeah.
I know it's gonna make Sean a good boy. Okay, I'm gonna put that in my bag in case I gotta pull it out, cause.
And then you gonna love this, Sean. They got these new Oreos that got toffee in the middle. Oh my god! I got to find. Yes, I gotta find them again. I found them at a store. Like I just happened to find like the whatever the little special of the month was and it's Oreos with toffee chips in the middle. Oh my god! When I tell you, I was like.
Do they got them in the golden Oreo? Because I don't fuck with the chocolate
Oreo. They don't have them in the golden. But listen, I've been looking for these snickerdoodle cookies that I found in the golden Oreos since 2023 December. I cannot.
Probably don't make them no more.
They had them, and they were so good.
They probably were limited edition.
Yeah, well, I ain't with all
that shit.
But see, that's the thing. There's cookies and then there's cookies. I'm a limited edition cookie too.
Because who wants the neighborhood dick? Nobody.
That's right. Nobody wants.
Wait, what?
That's not true.
Where did neighborhood dick come from? I'm sorry, y'all lost me. I was reading the comments.
Okay, let me catch up on the comments. Q said, "Gray sweatpants." Listen. I ain't never let none of my men wear gray sweatpants in public. No, I'm gonna be that chick.
All right,
stop being sexist. Stop being sexist because you can put on your Lululemons, but he can't wear no gray sweatpants, huh?
And no, he can't wear that shit.
Stop advertising.
What is with the hypocrisy and the double standards over here, man?
We okay with it?
Mm-hmm. I don't understand. Y'all like let us be free. Our bodies is not a sex object. And then you like, nigga, where you going with them gray sweatpants? Turn your ass around, get your ass back in the house. What?
Yep.
Don't let me have on some hoochie daddy shorts. Oh my god!
No,
if I got hoochie daddy shorts on, shit, I can't go nowhere. Right. Those shorts ugly.
Where you
outfit don't even go together.
Like, that outfit that match. Take it off, though.
Yeah. Why you got your ding ding showing?
Why you out here?
Why your boobs be showing? Why your titties be popping? Don't be asking us questions, bruh. Don't ask us questions. With the answers to.
And when I get my next man, if he packing like that, he ain't wearing damn gray sweatpants neither.
All right, you better adhere to these rules. You better cover up. You better wear a whole straight jacket. You feel me? You can't go nowhere. Nah, that's not cool.
You boy don't wear no gray sweatpants, and every gray sweatpants I see, I'm gonna burn.
Listen,
you ain't gonna burn them because you gonna keep them in your closet. For that special night, you gonna say, "Baby, put these on tonight, just for me." You ain't burning shit. I don't want to hear that.
That's the only place he wear them is just for me. What the old Prime commercial used to say? Just for me. Damn straight. Michael said they wear the leggings with the seam in the ass crack on purpose.
You know what I'm saying?
They do. They do.
Okay.
They do.
And personally, I take it as a compliment because I look good on purpose. So
that's a real one. That's a real one.
Look all you want, but you again,
that's a real one.
For me. I ain't knocking you,
look,
but I don't like it. I don't like it. Now you can compliment me. I'll take a compliment all day long. I give compliments all day long, right?
But
and
don't touch me.
If I see you looking, that's fine. But to just openly stare,
you look good,
and don't
that right there. That's where I'm talking to people on you. I'm talking to people on you. That there we can
follow me after my card.
No. I tried to make the craziest face I could make.
Or you'll be a hood ornament, one or the
other.
And then too, let me say this: y'all think I be playing? Shut up, y'all. Y'all think I be playing, but I am so serious when I say energy makes a difference. Listen, I ain't got the fattest ass on the block. I got a nice one, but you know what I'm saying. But energy is the thing. So you mix a nice ass, a cute body with energy, a nice face, a cute face with energy, it's gonna make a difference every time.
Right.
So for me, I'm not trying to say that I'm the baddest thing walking the face of the planet. I'm not, and I don't have to be. I'm me. I'm good with me. What I am saying,
you are though.
I'm sure. Hey, I'm sure. But all I am saying is that for me, I look in the mirror every day and I see myself. I don't need you to tell me what I see. I think that I'm gorgeous, right? I think that I'm like the most amazing thing. So the compliments don't move me. They're nice, but they don't move me. Conversation is what moves me. And that being, I'm saying that just as an example of that's what the average woman wants. She does not want you staring at her, being like, baby.
Okay, let me say this because you hit a very good point.
Just oh my God, you just look like two bunny rabbits. That's some bullshit. No.
Now, I mean, you hit a very good point. Like your thing is you're more intellectual. You want to get the conversation going, and through the conversation, whether he's mid or super attractive, that might make you even more attracted to the man more than the compliments because you already have that confidence within yourself.
Yeah,
you already had that confidence within yourself. You're like, yeah, I know I look good. I think I look good. And the compliments are nice. Yeah, cool. But where do you have anything between your ears? That's what you more worried about. Now, there's a lot of women that think just like you. But there are also some women that be like, yeah, look at my fat ass though. And they the man be like, that shit is juicy. Come here, girl.
Well, that was but you're right. You know what else too? Well, there are girls that want the soft life and they will
shit.
They will ignore the red flags. They will ignore the energy not matching. They will ignore the fact that they're not attracted to you in any way. They'll ignore all of those things because they want the soft life.
And and that's how they get in trouble. Not to really link back up to the Diddy thing, but I mean,
he's hard to get away from the Diddy thing, y'all. Please
hold on. Time out. So first, I'm gonna call cap on what you said, Jay, because I bet he. Hold on, wait. He can have all that, but if he come with 4 inches, I guarantee you.
Right.
See, that's what I'm saying. And he can have 5 PhDs. I'm an astrophysicist. I'm an economics professor.
How about?
I'm a constitutional law lawyer. I'm all these things.
But you're gonna be lonely tonight.
All right, but wait though. What if he make it up in other areas though? What that tongue do?
Nope.
She said no.
What you say?
What that tongue do? That's all you gotta what the tongue do.
Nah. Tongue can't replace the dick. 9 days a week. Not now day of the week. Not now day of the week.
And you know
it's a nice accompaniment, but it can never replace.
It
And
shows.
again, I don't speak for all women because there are some women that are okay with an itty bitty person.
There are some women that's what they prefer, but not me. I'm not the one.
All right, so it's just a cherry on top.
I'm not the one.
All right, listen, and as I put my clothes on, I'm gonna say I could have had a V8.
Yo.
Oh my God, Gypsy out here just cutting folks' dreams, just slashing egos and being Michael said, Jay, that's true. We do wear that, but we also don't get mad if you look at us. But y'all are different. Okay, y'all keep saying that y'all are different. So
that's because y'all are whores and y'all will fuck anything with ladies.
No. That's because wait. Men don't hold the key to sex. Y'all do. That's why we don't care. Look.
See, that's why you don't hold the key. I got my own key, son. Fuck that.
Listen. All right, no.
Fuck that. That mentality is why you don't have the key. I got my key to the city. It been gave to me. So you want some on that.
The way
I'm sorry.
The way he read you.
You ain't talking about how good you is.
Fuck that.
I'm not talking about that.
Nah, fuck.
The way he read you right there, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
That was funny.
Look. Listen, son. I've been around the block a couple of times. Look, you don't never let them hold the key. You let them hold the key, they control you. Fuck that. I'm sorry. I'm not on that kind of time.
Like you took that personal, yo.
I'm not on that kind of time.
He put that shit to rest real.
Just like I said, I can go without sex. You sit there and play around if you want. I'm not saying
I can't go without. That's not what I'm saying. That is not exact what I'm saying at all. All I'm saying, I'm talking in general specs. I ain't even talking about me, goddamn. Nope. I'm saying in general aspects of the
and that's the process. Get rid of that thought process because nigga, we are even. We are equal. Don't nobody control shit. And when you let them have that power, they gonna run with it. And
Sean took that personal. If you might want to
not looked around. That's what they doing out here.
And that's dumb niggas. I ain't never been in that position.
That's funny.
They dumb niggas.
Like you. That's it. Out here in 2025.
The way he
let me tell you this. If you a YN, read you some Iceberg Slim and you be on point. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not a YN. I'm past them YN days. I'm too old for being a YN.
I mean, you ain't that old though, nigga.
I'm big bro status.
How old are you again? I forgot.
I'm 35. I'm big bro.
You just grown, nigga. You just grown.
I'm big bro.
Just grown.
YN
you got middle child syndrome. You not old enough. You in between being old school and being YN. You still
No, YN is 18 to 25. I'm big bro. Stop with that.
Nice. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the breakdown is. All I know is you just grown because you ain't grown until you're 35. Fuck that. So you just grown. Congratulations. I'm glad you made it. Keep pushing forward. Keep learning. But I'm giving you some old head shit. Now, I like what Michael is saying because Michael be saying the right shit. He's saying the right shit the whole time.
The comments. Q said Cookie ain't a solid reason to be decent. It damn sure ain't.
Yeah.
And yes, women and men can be friends. Michael said, if I could keep it real, yes, men and women can be friends, but if it wasn't for the cookie, there's no reason to speak to most of you.
Now, that is true. I can agree with that. Because some women be fucked up and have a fucked up attitude.
Wow.
But just because they got a fat ass, you be like, hey, how you doing today?
True. It's still fucked up, but yeah, it's true.
Oh my God. You know what? I can't. I can't. Michael said, what? Girl, get him. Get him.
And see, my
Dick ain't even a reason to speak to most of y'all asses if that's the case. Cause what?
Especially because you don't know what you're getting, and then when you get it, half of it you want to throw back.
Nah, I got a magnetic personality. Everybody
Don't
wants to speak to me.
Nah. It's all about environment magnetism.
My back broke. I don't give a fuck about your personality. Oh.
Yo.
You heard it here first, fellas. She don't care about your personality as long as you can break her back.
Jesse said, "What you bringing to the table?"
No, I said, if that was your purpose, fulfill your purpose.
Wait, what? What?
If I brought you into my life for that purpose,
right?
Breaking the back.
That's what I said. Fellas, if you could break the back, break the back. She don't care about nothing else. Don't have no personality, nothing. Just break the back and go about your business.
Hey.
Michael said, I have plenty of female friends that I have never kissed or anything. Exactly.
That's how it should be.
Exactly.
Guy friends, I literally mean guy friend. We ain't fucked, we ain't dated, we ain't kissed. Shit. Right. Like, that's weird to me. Grown people feel like they can't be friends with anybody.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I ain't playing no long game. I enjoy our conversation.
You playing no long game? What?
We hang out. Yeah, I mean, because niggas will do that. Like, I'll get in the friend zone and play the long. No, I'm not doing that. If I want to be your friend, because if I want to do something, I'm gonna let you. Well, I didn't hear what you said, but if I want to do something with you, I'm gonna let you know up front. And if you ain't down and you let me know, and that's the kind of time I'm on, I'm gonna move on. Because there's no need for me to waste my time. I'm not gonna just go around
in the long game, and I just said, "Oh, you short stroking it."
Oh, nah. Okay, see, you fucking up. You blaspheming and shit. That's fucked up.
You know what,
that's fucked up.
I would have shut the hell up on that one.
I didn't even hear that. I didn't even hear
he's
that.
Not gonna forget that.
But that's fucked up. It's not.
Okay, let me catch up with the rest of the comments. Hugh said we need to get Sean some of those Farsville monk cookies. Look, I'm keeping that in my pocket, y'all, because when I need Sean to come on board with something, I'm like, hey, yo, I got that good. I got this cookie. I got
let me know. I need to get some.
Hugh said neighborhood dick is crazy. Listen, y'all know what I'm saying. There's neighborhood dick and community pussy out there, like for real.
Right.
Alicia said she made some cookies.
I need to know. I need to get some.
Her cookies is fire too. I still got Alicia, I still got the little piece that I had left from that last cookie that I had with you last month.
And hold on, wait. I need to clarify. We talking about cookies and not pussy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure because we keep interchanging. I want to make sure.
Well, you gotta look at context clues, bro.
I'm just saying. I don't want to be thinking one thing and it be something else. I don't want to do that.
Sean, you from Philly. Now, Sean, you from Philly, and you know that you got to use context clues because you know. Now, I had an uncle from Philly. And my uncle could use a cuss word. It'd be a verb, an adjective, an adverb, and a noun all in the same sentence. But you knew what the fuck he was talking about when he finished. Because he said, I got that fucker. And when I told that fucker that he fucking got my fucking money. And I told that motherfucker that I said I was going to be down on that motherfucking street down on 39th Street where he came. But you knew exactly. Right, but you knew exactly what he was talking about in every context of it, right? That's why I said context clues. Cookies and cookies can be in the same sentence. You got to learn how to listen.
But I want to clarify because I eat both.
You know what? Moving on. Alicia said she got some cookies, so if y'all in the area, come on and get it. Meanwhile,
you eat both.
Meanwhile, Sean is selling so shoot your shots, ladies. Shoot your shots.
And that is so true, Michael. That is so true. A man with integrity will not just smash anything. I have had women butt ass naked in front of me.
Develop until 35.
And I'm like, yo, put your clothes on and please leave. Just
what is
leave
all these
my
shots
house.
fired tonight, Gypsy? What did y'all do to you when we was pre-gaming that I missed? What the hell happened?
I don't know.
I just asked the question. I said integrity must not develop to 35.
And Michael said, I know a few women that I wonder who was oh.
Ooh.
I feel him on that because it's like in some women you see like, yo, somebody actually hit that and they got you pregnant. Like what the fuck?
Don't
really?
Like
really?
Michael said he just stopped smelling like.
Oh shit.
Michael said you just stopped smelling like Pampers.
She came for you hard.
I got a kid your age.
She came for you hard.
You said I'm big bro proof. You ain't. Oh shit.
Hey, bro.
Yes.
Now I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna talk to you like that now.
Alicia
said she got put but
hey, come on, win.
Oh, you got a second daughter? Oh, that's what I want. That's what I want.
Right there. I need everything.
Macadamia
nut. Yeah, I need everything after double chocolate chunk. After that, everything else after that, I'm good with.
Yeah,
I need everything after that.
Macadamia nuts.
Yeah,
white chocolate chips.
I'm gonna need you to drop your.
I'm gonna shoot y'all her contact.
All right, everybody can't talk in one time.
Sean, I'm gonna shoot you her contact. Gypsy, when you go to the ATL, let me know because I'll
be there Friday.
All right, so shoot me some time so we can get together because I want to see your face. Boo. I ain't seen you since what, March?
Since March, yeah.
Suzette said, "Hey, Suzette, where you been, girl?" Suzette said that same uncle met grandma, mama, daughter from the same family. Y'all, I cannot tell y'all how many guys I've had tell me that in my years of listening.
Yeah,
to like you crazy as hell. Like why?
Because some of them just nasty.
I mean, sometimes you just do what you. But I ain't never smashed a mother-daughter combination, but let alone a grandmother, mother and daughter. God damn.
Well, you know, grandma young these days.
I mean, but still, like,
that's
like a sister combination, a cousin combination, but a goddamn like an auntie niece situation, even, but a grandma, mother, and daughter, like, god damn.
Well, that's kind of diabolical.
Well, if everybody 13 to 16 years apart, it's possible.
Q said, Bernie Mac said, motherfucker is a noun, a person, place, or a thing. Context clues, baby.
That's it, baby.
Gina said 35 is cousin status, not me.
Yo, y'all not gonna come for me. Y'all not gonna.
It's still an adverb, cause man, I was running motherfucking fast as shit. It's still an adverb, motherfucker.
Right.
Suzette, Alicia is in the Beham area, so if you anywhere around the Beham area, and she does travel and deliver for a delivery fee locally within a mile.
We're gonna take a ride Saturday. We're gonna take a ride Saturday too.
Calm down. She was trying to say something. Calm down.
I'm telling her we're gonna take a ride Saturday.
I understand, but calm down. Let her finish talking.
My sister didn't know I was gonna be in town. Shut up.
Okay, all right, but let her finish talking.
Interrupting your conversation, Jim.
She going hard. Two. I want to tell you, two.
You know what? That's my name for her. If you call her that again, I'm gonna punch you in the nose.
Hey, you should have put it out there. It's on the internet now.
Hey,
that's my name for her.
You should have put it out there. It's on the internet now. Everybody know her name is Toot now.
You not finna use that name.
To the point of this episode. Alicia is in the Birmingham area. Her and her sis is that baddies in the kitchen with the edibles and the infusions and all the things. So they deliver within I don't know what mile radius. So even if you're not in Birmingham, you know, you can get on the road and meet them somewhere for a delivery fee. You feel what I'm saying? They bought that business though, so hit them up. If you want her contact information, just shoot us an email. I will put it up on the screen for you. real quick, just shoot us an email at sexintimacypower@gmail.com.
Who had the grandma?
Hey, calm down, chill.
Oh, did. I forgot about that.
Oh, so y'all know this person? Nope, we not even go there.
Yeah,
let's get back to the sex magic. Let's. God damn, he did. That was too much going on. Let's get back to the sex magic, because what the fuck?
He had that sex magic. That's how he was doing.
No, he had the magic stick, is what he had. Clearly. I mean, so that, yeah. So back to the sex magic again. Have fun with it. It don't need to be robotic and you staring into each other's eyes, unblinking, like you're scared, and you got to recite 55 affirmations at the stroke of 5:55 and nut at the same time at exactly 11:11. Like, it's not that deep. But it should be. It should be something that you have fun with. Manifesting is something you literally do every single second of every single day. Literally, I don't care what faith you are in, what religion you ascribe to, what your belief system is. I don't care what you call it, law of attraction, manifesting, ritual work, prayer, faith, and all the shit. Y'all stop talking about this man and his dick. Don't nobody
Hold on, wait, because
nobody cares.
I mean, Suzette, I do know you. You forget we went to school together, so.
But she said you don't know her like that. You can't call her.
We went to school together. We went to high school together. I'm gonna call you too.
So since they putting the business out, everybody Suzette's name is too. Okay, that's all. Yeah,
that's always been my name for her.
You shouldn't have put it out there. You put it on the internet. You put it out there on the internet live.
But that's what I call her, and I can't stop calling her that.
What's his on it? Now I got a nickname for my sister.
We don't care. So Q said
that's fucked up. But only I call it that. I ain't gonna put that shit out there on the internet.
Q said show is manifesting is a constant action. Like literally,
a
lot of people get caught up on the word and they think it's evil and demonic. You do it. It's simply energy, manifesting energy. We all do it.
But you also have to be careful because you really don't want.
Sean was trying to ask this question, just
okay. I'm sorry, because you have to be careful when you manifest.
You do.
Can I manifest while I'm getting a hand job?
You absolutely can.
Okay.
You might put her eye out though.
You absolutely can. So again, it should be fun. Think of you already co-creating your life every single minute of every single day, right? The things that you're speaking now or what you're seeing tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day. The life that you're living now or from the prayers that you prayed, the things that you spoke, the things that you focused on yesterday and the day before, years ago, months ago, weeks ago. Sean, what the fuck? What is going on?
I'm sorry. I just had a personal thought because I had a conversation with a homeboy actually last night. So I'm like, damn, what if a nigga like getting paid? Can he manifest while he getting paid?
Yeah.
And you know what? Okay. When he manifests, ain't none of your business unless you
right. Nobody gotta know. They just fucking. He manifesting on his own. I don't know, but yes, he can. Yup.
I mean, I was just adding because that just occurred to me. I'm like, damn, that's fucked up.
I mean, now that you say that, Jay, that is kind of wild, especially when those guys listen. So I told y'all I used to do transcriptions and shit, right? So when
I'm glad you said transcriptions.
Hold on, I used to do these transcriptions, and they used to be these psychology sessions, and they had little labels on the little cassettes. This is how old it was. It was a cassette tape, and they used to say MSM on there, and I was like, "What the fuck is an MSM?" And then when I was listening to the sessions, it was men sexing men, and a lot of times these men would consider themselves straight. They would consider themselves straight because they weren't the receiver, right? So So I'm just saying. So
what they got to do with manifesting? How did we get here?
Because when Sean was talking about pegging, y'all know what he manifesting while he got your dick in his booty.
Well, pegging is a woman with the strap on, not a man. That's what pegging is.
Right. I know
a
that.
man is just homosexual sex.
Well, they didn't consider it homosexual sex because they said they were straight.
They was pitching and not catching shit. You still
right,
gay.
and they had wives and shit at home.
Nah, you still
That's
gay.
all down low. That's all.
No, listen. This is when I learned a lot about that. Is because I was transcribing for a psychologist, and I told her I can't do this no more after my first set of tapes because yeah, that shit was wild to me, and I was like, yeah, nah, I can't do this no more. Yeah, but I'm just saying. So, what if somebody is trying to manifest against your will?
So here's what I teach when it comes to that. There are a couple of things to be mindful of. Do we all have free will? Yes. And at the end of the day, energy is energy all day. This is science. This is basic science and chemistry. Go back to your 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade high school biology, chemistry, science classes. This is basic energy, right? That being said, is it possible? Thank you, Sean. I'm with you. We finna, because how the fuck did we get? Yeah. Anywho, that being said, yes, it is absolutely possible to override someone's free will. Yes, it can be done. Oh, damn, Sean, she came for you. She said, I went to school with you. You one of my front five. So I don't know you. Okay, back on topic. So that means that yes, it's absolutely possible to manifest against somebody's will. This is why you get a lot of love magic that goes wrong because you're trying to pull somebody that don't want you. Now, can you do love magic together and it actually be a beautiful thing? Yes, you can. Couples do it all the time. Can you do love magic as a single person to call in the person that you desire in your life? Yes, you can. Whether you have met them and know them or you don't. Can you do love and ritual magic concerning somebody that you know? Let's say you love the person and you really want to call them back into your life. Yeah, you can. People do it all the time. It can backfire or it can go really well. And can you do it against somebody that has told you they don't want you or they're in a relationship with somebody else or married to somebody else? Yes, you can. People do it all the time. And a lot of times that's why they get their ass handed to them. Because when you start fucking with free will, it takes a lot of energy to get that type of override in the spirit to overwhelm somebody else's will to the point that you supersede anything that them and their angels are trying to put in place for them. That takes a lot of willpower. It takes a lot of energy and a lot of energetic manipulation. It is possible, but once you do it, and this is for anything, love, money, whatever, once you do something, you got to have a stamina to keep that shit up. This is going back to Q's comment that I was trying to call out earlier when she said, it's one thing to manifest to get a man and another thing to manifest to keep a man. Two totally separate things. And that's the same thing with love, money, anything. What you did to get said thing, you got to be willing to do to keep said thing.
So you saying they got to perform which rituals and shit to keep you?
If it's so, understand that. Let me define ritual, because I know that's another word that trips people up. In my world, in my definition and how I work with it, ritual is simply the repetitive action with an intended outcome. So check this out. The way that you brush your teeth is literally a ritual because you probably start at the same spot in your mouth every single time and work yourself in the same direction. Point case. You probably put your pants on the same every time that you put it, either your left leg first and then your right leg, or both legs at the same time, or something.
Get out my closet.
And you probably cook your food and prep things in your house the same way because most of us become creatures of habit. Ritual is intentionally taking that repetitive action or pattern or habit and assigning a deeper meaning and intention to it because I want this particular outcome. That's all it is. Now we can get multi-layered with it and start to talk about the application of faith and prayer and meditation and imagery and daydreaming and all those things. But that's a breakdown on the simplicity of what ritual really truly the base action of it, and then you add meaning to it based on your belief system. Okay, so now that we got that out there, yes, if you did ritual to get something, your ass is gonna have to keep doing it to keep it, because it takes the same level of energy to manifest a thing and keep a thing. That's just like you go to work on Monday, your ass ain't getting paid for Monday through Friday unless that's in your contract. If you only worked on Monday,
wait, I have a
you're gonna
question
have to
here.
keep doing the same thing that you needed to do to get paid. Same
So
thing.
I have a question.
What?
So are you saying that if we manifest our relationship, like me and another person, right? And we manifest our relationship, we have to keep pouring that same energy in to keep our relationship?
So don't think of it as if I did a ritual to call love in my life, and now that I've got this amazing person and they love me and I love them, do I have to keep doing ritual to keep them? Technically, it's not about the ritual at that point, but the energy that you put out to get them is what you have to do to keep them. Because there were certain things that you did to draw that person into your life. There were certain behaviors, certain mechanisms that you placed in the energetic space in the ether in order to attract that person in. Just as an example, let's say I did some love work to call somebody in, and uh and in the beginning I called him in, and we with it, we good, we vibing, I'm available, I'm loving, I'm kind, I'm sweet, I'm all the things. But then once we locked in, he like, Jay, I want you, you my woman. And I'm like, okay, let's do this thing. And then I start being emotionally unavailable, and then I stop spending time, and then I
Mm.
start changing all the things. That's what I mean when I say whatever you did to get them, you got to do to keep them. You might have done the ritual to expand the energy and gain momentum and bring the connection, but whatever it was that drew that person to you, you have to keep engaging it. That's like the basic principle of anything in life. You've got to feed it in order to maintain it. What you starve dies, what you feed thrives.
Mm.
So if you did ritual work to bring money in, great. But you also got to take action, whether that's going to work, whether that's doing your social media content, whether that's running your business, what selling pussy, dick, whatever. Whatever you doing, you got to keep doing it to keep the momentum.
Yeah, all you're saying is just keep the same energy. That's
Right.
all.
This is why I say it's dangerous, because yes, you can do a ritual to override somebody's will. It's gonna take more than one ritual. That's an extended process, and it's a lot going on there to really do something like that. How
All
do I know
right,
that?
That
so
just sound like black magic, though.
you saying put the period blood in stew at
That's not
that
what I
point.
said, because we
I
ain't doing
mean,
that shit over here.
that's what that sounds like. Like
That
you
No,
got
sound like black magic.
no,
I
we ain't
mean,
doing that shit over here. Nah. But what I mean by that is the reason I know so much about this, study to show thyself approved. So whether I want to do good or bad with my energy, I still have to know how to manipulate energy. Now I choose to use it for bane, for magic, for good, for being the best version of me that I desire to be, right? I'm not gonna impose bullshit on nobody, because I don't want nothing to nobody that bad. But I also have to understand how energy works in order to protect myself, right? The more you know, the easier it becomes to navigate life. So I study to learn so that I understand. Because have I had someone try to put magic on me? Yes, but you can't even
Mm.
recognize those things if you don't know what it looks like,
okay, that's what I'm about to ask. How do you know?
right?
Yeah.
So
Somebody try to black magic you?
I've had both. I've had somebody try to use malicious ritual work against me, like personally, and then I've had it done with against the person that I was in a relationship with, and it filtered over to me too. I've experienced it both ways.
Are we
Now,
talking about emotional manipulation? Is that what you're trying to say?
no, those are there's not no.
Oh,
Nah.
okay.
She
So
talking about black magic for real. Like
and
real
understand there are
magic.
levels to this. Listen, a basic ritual is your word. Your word is a spell. Your word is a invocation. Your word is an incantation. Your word is a prayer. Your word is your faith in motion. I don't give a fuck how you explain it. It's power. The vibration of your vocal cords is literally its own frequency. Your
Mm-hmm.
voice is its own frequency, just like everything else that exists. So your basic ritual, right, is whatever you're doing. The more you layer it, if you going out there putting blood in somebody's food, if you going out there putting semen in somebody's food, if you're going out there burying shit at their front door or their back door, if you're going out there hiding stuff under their car seat, if you're going out there, sprinkling stuff around their property and digging up graveyard dirt or burying bones and doing all like there's shit I don't even know, can't fathom, and will never know before I leave this body. Nobody can know everything, but what I'm trying to get you all to understand, this topic is so vast. You just have to have an open mind to decide how deeply you're willing to miss bye Q, I love you, baby. Good night, Michael. Good night, big bro. There's so much to this topic. That's why I want to bring it back up, because y'all are always asking questions. So we'll continue this next week. But just know that this is vast, right? Sex magic is just not limited to the orgasm. I start there because people want to know the basic mechanics, but we'll continue to go deeper. It's going back to your question, Evan, about emotional manipulation. No, like, do people do it all day, every day? Yeah, they ain't got shit to do with magic. That's just people. Now you can add another layer to that and use emotional manipulation and magic or ritual or spiritual work or metaphysical work or anything else that you want to call it. And you just got a multi-layered process going on. And people use different things.
So you're saying that some people, once they learn how to use it, like they may have found out by accident how to use it. And then once they find out how to use it, sometimes they use it for the wrong things.
Nefarious shit. Yes, that's
some
what she's
people
saying.
know because they stumbled into it. Some people intentionally learn or teach themselves or get mentorship so they can learn how to do it. Some people, like most of the way my journey has often worked is my spirit team, my higher self, my guides, whatever you want to call them, will say something to me. I'll be praying about something, asking a question about something, and they'll tell me do this, that, and the other. And I'll be like, okay, don't really understand why, but I'm gonna do it. And I'll do it. And then as I start researching, like it might be a ritual I'm putting together, it might be a particular incantation I'm putting together, whatever. Then as I start researching like specific words, the etymology of the word or specific spices, why am I including this, whatever, then I start to see, oh, okay, this is why they had me tie all these things together. Or I'll have a conversation or see something about the very thing that I just did to bring confirmation, right? So that's how my journey has gone. There are other people that will seek out mentorship and get mentored in Vadu, Voodoo, Hoodoo, Catholicism, working with the saints, Hinduism. I mean, there's no limit to any label that you can put on it. You ain't got to have a spiritual path that's truly defined or labeled. It could just be your spiritual, right?
What do they do down there in New Orleans?
A lot of hoodoo and voodoo.
No, it's hoodoo. Voodoo is the colonized word given to it.
Voodoo and hoodoo is not the same thing.
Okay, I'm not going to get into it.
Okay, wait. Back up time. What did you just say? Hoodoo is what it is, or voodoo?
No, hoodoo is what it is.
Okay.
Voodoo is the colonized word given to it, and they put their own little perspective, whatever, into it, but it's so they put a spin on it to make it negative and call it voodoo. But that's not the real shit. But I'm not gonna get into that because if you research it, you will see that's not that voodoo shit.
It. But also, you ask a lot of people that are directly from New Orleans, they will tell you as well.
That voodoo shit is not. It's not the real shit. It's not. The voodoo is something that the colonizers have given a negative connotation to it and said this is what happened, that's what happened, and that took root and people believed in it.
And they made it.
Anyway, I don't know that they put roots on you down south.
And that only works if you believe in it.
Yeah, but wait a minute now. I got relatives that
it is true
and stuff, and I do.
Anything only works if you believe. If you believe in ghosts, you will see fucking ghosts.
Okay,
if you believe in spirits and monsters, you will see spirits and monsters.
I see them all the time, so I guess I do believe in them.
The shit only works.
But I also have relatives that are part Creole, and they do practice black magic, and they do manifest shit.
And now, do they practice black magic or do they practice magical arts? That's two different things. Black magic means you are intentionally trying to hurt somebody.
And y'all forgive me because my brain was mixing the words up. I kept saying baneful marriage magic early, and I was intending to say mundane magic. Mundane magic or neutral magic Left-handed, there's so many names. Left-handed, right-handed, baneful, black, all of them. But mundane or neutral magic is typically me just doing magic for my own benefit, to be the best version of me, to support my clients doing different things. Baneful magic is when you're intentionally trying to cause harm or act with malicious intent.
Well, not really cause harm, but really it's for your own gain.
No, baneful magic is to cause harm.
Okay, no. The what I'm talking about is like we've got relatives that was probably practicing that magic to cause
most of our relatives were doing both. Because if we go back and look at some of the shit our grandma and they aunties and they great grandmothers was doing, and you really pay attention, most of the shit they were doing is an incorporation of both good and bad. But anybody can justify doing anything for their own means if they get a benefit from it, right? That's so and let me go back to the baneful for where my mind kept. I'm sorry, my words have been intertwining.
That's okay.
But baneful, have I done baneful magic? Yes. Because see, I now have the mind, without apology. I have the mindset that I don't fuck with nobody. I don't bother nobody. Leave me in peace. Once you have come for my life, I'm gonna fight you like it depends on me surviving. And so I have had a situation where, and I want to say this because you won't always have the opportunity to try to do what you consider good. Sometimes you have to do what's necessary. And Spirit asked me this question, which is what changed my mind on it. Because I used to say I would never do baneful, I would never do harmful magic until somebody really came for me and tried to take my life through it. And I said, oh, that's what we doing? Oh, okay. I could do that. Because then at that point, all gloves are off. Like I don't bother people. So once you have got me to that point where I feel like my life depends on it, I'm gonna use whatever and however to make sure I stay alive.
Right.
If it's a grave, your ass going in it, not mine. So anybody can use anything is my point, for good or bad. Intention is what matters most. What are you using it for? What are your intentions? What are your purposes? It don't matter what the fuck anybody else say they did it for. What are you trying to do and what are you trying to bring? Whether it's sex magic, manifesting money, putting somebody in a grave, burying somebody's name, burning somebody's picture, and that's just basic shit. We ain't even talking about once you start killing animals and sacrificing and all the other things.
All right. So this sounds like a much deeper conversation.
I'm
like, I was about to say,
it seems like, see, the thing is, Sean, is that people don't really realize what
I wasn't looking for commentary right there. I was looking to shut it down because this is a whole different conversation.
All I'm saying is that people don't realize that they can manifest all these other things.
And that is a whole different conversation.
Okay, so let me finish because I was actually trying to wind us down.
Right. Exactly.
So what I was trying to say is whether you're dealing with sex magic, whether you're calling it ritual, law of attraction, manifestation, whether you're trying to get a house, baby, spouse, whatever, doesn't matter. Your intention is always going to be the driving force. There are some that believe that if you don't believe in it, it won't work. There's some that believe you got to be doing it super intentionally for it to work. There's people across the spectrum of that belief that goes the opposite way. You got to figure out where you lie and what makes sense to you, right? So that being said, let's talk about this more in depth next week. Send us your questions. What came up for you tonight that made you think differently? What came up for you that you've done it like, oh shit, was I playing with this? Let us know. Send me your questions and we'll go more in depth with it next week. Before we shut it down, is there one final thing that any of y'all want to say?
I just want to say be intentional about what it is that you want, but also realize that you really shouldn't play with anybody's free will. But if you are playing with somebody's free will, just realize that somebody else can play with yours.
That's true.
Yep. Because what you're doing to somebody, there's always somebody better than you that can do it to you. Absolutely. And if they get with the right person, and here's the trick to that: if they get with the right person, and sometimes spirit be like, "Fuck all them, you don't need nobody. We got you," and the spirit team will intervene, and they ain't got to do nothing, and they will mollywop your ass. till you ain't got nothing left to give. This is why I tell people, if you're going to be out there fucking with people, see, when I say I did Bane for Magic and I went after the person who came after me, I did it with my spirit team's approval. Right? I said, y'all taking the leash off? Like, what are we doing? Y'all got it? Or am I defending myself? And they was like, we got it, but you can go ahead and have a little fun too. Say less. Let's do this. Now, outside of that, I don't fuck with nobody. I don't bother nobody.
Right.
That's just my principles. But you also have to understand everybody doesn't operate with integrity. So, you know, tread wisely in whatever it is that you all believe and however you choose to operate.
And just don't cast spirits on people that if you know that person doesn't want you, leave them alone.
Go find somebody else. It's like 8 billion people on this planet.
No damn spirit
on them. Though.
What?
But I want the cookie. Why?
Nah, don't cast no spirit on them just to get the cookie, because
there's plenty of cookie out there. You in the street.
You will wind up with a lot more than just cookie if you cast a spirit on somebody.
I mean, that's how some people think. That's why I said I understand like what you were saying, that like emotional manipulation is something totally different, but also at the same time, as you were talking, I'm like, yeah, no, words do have power. That's also a certain, like when you talk about your inflection in your voice and the pitch of your voice, I'm like, but that also plays into emotional manipulation. That's also, I feel,
you're still trying to merge two conversations. We are strategically talking about magic and spiritual work.
Right. I do understand it. I do understand, and that's a whole different conversation.
But because we're going back into the discussion, I asked y'all if y'all had one thing. Come on, y'all.
That was my one thing right there. Is like, don't be trying to manipulate somebody to be with you when you know they don't want you.
Okay, and Evan saying be mindful of the magical manipulation of the mind. Okay, Sean, you got something before we close it down?
I mean, Suzette did come from you. I did sign your cast when we was in high school. So don't come for me. Remember when you had that broke arm? I remember. But anyway.
Oh shit.
But anyway. That's all I wanted to say. I'm just playing. Because now she's gonna try to come take my head off. I'm just playing.
With that being said, y'all, we've been talking entirely too long. I'm tired. It's hot in here. I'm ready to go. So before we let you go, in the great words of D. Frankie Beverly, okay.
Before I let go.
Hey. Dun dun dun. Hey, okay, so make sure you like this video, make sure that you share this video, and make sure that you subscribe to the channel, guys, so that you know when we're going live, because today was one of our unauthorized lives on a different day because we didn't feel like talking to y'all asses on Monday. No, seriously, we just had life in, but we love y'all, so we had to come tonight and catch y'all up. With that being said, send us your questions from tonight. Let us know what came up for you and shoot them to us so we can finish talking about this next week. We'll be back on Mondays, guys. See y'all next week.
See you on Monday.